Shoppers, can I get a fucking oh yeah? Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Frolfcenter. Another glorious day. Today is September 24th, 2020. We're almost to the end of September, boys. I'm Austin Lytle. Adam, as always. Cody, live in Gulf Shores. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good, man. What are you drinking? G13 like always? You got something different?
No, man. Actually, I'm drinking a local brewery from Roswell, From the Earth.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know
Golden
those.
Spiral. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Very nice. I got the Arches Fest beer, which is their Oktoberfest beer, which is appropriate since we're at the end of September. Later on in the show, we're going to have a really good giveaway. It's a board flat A3 from the Eastbound and Down folks. It's going to be a trivia, a video game trivia question, so keep that in your minds. Also, we got, of course, Cody here, who's been doing the Good Samaritan thing down in Gulf Shores. What's up, Cody?
Just hanging out down here in Gulf Shores, clearing trees, taking them off people's houses. As always, drinking whiskey and ginger ale. Not much beer down here. Stores are a little empty, but here's Scully with the weather.
Oh, yeah. It's her birthday. We got her 4 years ago this week. So,
Oh, yeah.
anyway, cool.
Well, happy
So-
birthday, Scully.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So anyway, tonight's kind of a cool show. It's a little different for us. We're going to have Josh Johnson on. He is the lead developer of the Ultimate Disc Golf video game. That's going to be from Tree Industries. We've got a little preview from about a year ago they put out. We're going to play that for you right now. All right, so without further ado, let's bring in Josh Johnson. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Pretty good, guys. How's it going? Yeah.
Excellent, man. Let me get you on the big screen here for everybody.
All right.
Josh,
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks again for having me. I feel underprepared on my shake game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
it happens. It happens to a lot.
it happens a lot. It happens
I'm
more
sure it
than
does. Yeah. All good. Yeah.
So first off, thank you again for coming on the show. And we'd like to know what was your first disc golf experience before we started talking about the app and that
Yeah,
other.
sure. That's a great question. I definitely like going there. So I've been a fan of the sport for quite a long time. Started playing with just some local high school buddies about 17 years old. So about 20 years ago. Pretty much did some local leagues and some things like that back then that were kind of in my area. And that's about as far as I took it, and just been playing casually with the same buddies ever since. And then, started a family and all that, career and all that other good stuff. And it's been awesome to circle back around and put some more time into something that I've always enjoyed. Yeah.
Nice.
So do you play tournaments or anything like that, or is it just strictly?
No, never done a tournament. I did a few different leagues back in the day, but I have been playing a lot more just because the game has been a great motivator to get back out there on the course. So, been sniffing out a couple local tournaments to see what would be a good fit. So you might see me out there before too long. Yeah.
Hell, you got a PDGA number?
No, not yet, but I've been looking into that stuff too. Yeah. Once we get a little further along, it's been kind of a hectic pace just to keep the releases going, keep the improvements going on the game and everything. But it's, definitely kind of in my view for the near future. Yeah.
That's awesome. So kind of on the other end of the spectrum, what was your first big video game experience? Like, what is the first time you remember actually picking up a controller, getting to the keyboard, and playing?
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, the very, very first console we had at my house was a Sega Master System. And I remember playing, I believe it was Rambo on that one. And I got pretty hooked on that game. Yeah. And from there, had most of the major systems and everything. But that's one of the earliest memories that I have as far as gaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like, was there a game that like set you on the path to be a game developer? It was like, well, there's one game that you're just like, oh man, I want to do this now.
I might have to go back to Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So that was another big game that I love playing. And in addition to disc golf, I've been skateboarding for about 25 years, so even a little longer with skateboarding. So when I had the idea for this game, I saw kind of where disc golf was at and kind of how Tony Hawk was with skateboarding back then. And, we're definitely not at that level yet, but, I saw an opportunity to kind of like get disc golf further out there in the pop culture a little bit and do some fun things with it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I've always kind of thought that disc golf was on the same kind of rise that skateboarding had like in the mid 90s to mid 2000s. We're kind of like in that curve now. So it's a good time. It's a good time to get into disc golf, I think, too. So that's awesome. I think Austin's got the next one for you.
Oh yeah, dude. So besides Ultimate Disc Golf, is there any other games you guys got going on? Any other projects you're working on right now?
Yeah, we have kind of like some Skunkworks type projects that are really, really early in development that we're not really talking too much about yet, but I can say that we are actively developing some other games and apps. I won't go too deep into it because it's not really related to the gaming, but here at Tree, we're doing a lot of other technology, building a lot of cool stuff related to like artificial intelligence, machine learning, some things like that. Kind of in things like education and kind of some different places of opportunity to do some good things. And so we've got some other projects there too besides the game. So we got a bunch of different stuff going on. It's been fun. Yeah.
Nice.
What about
play any other video games?
Yeah.
You said Tony Hawk. You play the new remasters?
Yeah, I used to play Guild Wars a lot. This was like I don't play a lot of the like MMO games, but that was the one that I did pick up and play for a few years there. I played a lot of Call of Duty back when I was younger, a lot of Battlefield, stuff like that. So it's been a while now, but used to do kind of like they had these ladder leagues for the first-person shooter games, things like Battlefield. This was before the big esports explosion. And so now they have like dedicated teams. For us, it was just a bunch of, almost hackers setting up our own servers and having these little ladder leagues and stuff back in the day. So I did a little bit of that. That was fun. It's cool to see where that has all gone now, though, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Austin's a big Call of Duty guy. I'm kind of a Red Dead and Skate kind of guy. That's my thing, like Skater XL and stuff. But so I got a question for you now. When I'm watching the Ultimate Disc Golf stuff, it was curious to me as a guy who plays video games that you went open world with it, that it was a roaming game, and as opposed to like PGA Tour where it's like hit the ball, you're teleported to your ball. Can you explain maybe the thought process behind that? Because I thought that was a really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. I appreciate that. So, for me personally, when I started the game, one of the things that always drew me to disc golf was I've always enjoyed the outdoors. I've always kind of enjoyed hiking as well besides disc golf. So kind of getting that outdoor walking experience, I think that there's something to that. And it was like, how can I capture that in a bottle and put it into this game, but still keep the pace up? So that's been the big challenge is how do we keep it fun, engaging, and not where it's just like this tedious kind of walking simulator. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we did is we went with the open world, but we also gave the option to teleport on every hole. So with like a simple press on the controller, you can teleport just kind of like those the PGA type golf games. Okay. So kind of like player choice. And what we plan to do is have all those extras for people that do explore the courses. So the hidden discs, we have like trash pickup missions where you kind of like maintain the course, so you get extra achievement points, all that kind of stuff, and all that's already in work. We got the groundwork already laid down for that.
That is fantastic. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Austin, I think we got another one for you there.
Good. Yeah, the game is very much evolving. And geez, what the crap?
Oh yeah, I think he was gonna ask like, what's the next big project? Like, what are you literally working on like right now for Ultimate Disc Golf?
Okay, so right now we're making the push towards beta, and actually I appreciate you guys doing the intro video, and just to kind of give some context, that one is I think about 9 months old. So
I think it was still saying like it was coming out in 2019 at that point. It was a 2019.
Yeah. So we've had about 9 months of progress since then, and so that entire time has been our alpha stage for the game, and we're closing in on kind of making that transition to beta. We have a lot of the main bugs worked out. We have a couple big things that we have to do to get through alpha, but we're probably a matter of weeks away before we move towards beta. And then the big thing after that is trying to get on the consoles. Yeah, because right now we're just on the PC platform. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any big dates that are coming out that we should know about?
Tentatively
any projected dates.
Early next year for consoles. So as we get closer to the end of the year, I hope to have more specific dates to post around.
Nice.
Okay, so what's the big pie in the sky plan? Like, what's the big looming like white buffalo for you guys right now?
I've done a lot of research and played a lot of the other disc golf games just because I like gaming and all that other kind of stuff, and just after taking little pieces from all the different ones that I've seen out there that do have the online multiplayer. That pie in the sky for me is a multiplayer for disc golf that isn't like anything else that is in any disc golf game, where basically you're loading into kind of a dedicated server and you can actually see the other players with their custom characters and their outfits, and you're seeing their throws and the whole 9 yards. You're interacting on the course in real time, and playing disc golf virtually.
That's awesome. That's kind of like the GTA 5 model or the Red Dead model, where it's like do your own thing or interact. Yeah,
it's a pretty lofty goal. We have all the basics. We have all the important bits and pieces underneath the hood to do all that, and now it's just a matter of kind of the networking, the kind of setting up the servers and that part of it. So that's going to be the next phase there.
Yeah, and you guys are using the Unreal Engine, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah,
that's right. Would that allow you guys to do something like a course made like a user created course community?
That's actually a feature we've had requested quite a bit on our Discord server. Yeah. And right now we're in the research phase for that. It's something that when we talk about, kind of a pie in the sky, that's definitely something I would like to see personally to go along with multiplayer, is to be able to create a course and have a bunch of different kind of objects and different types of baskets. I'm sure we could throw a whole bunch of stuff at the wall for users to create some really cool courses. So yes, Unreal Engine can do that. We're kind of seeing how we're going to mix in with what we know the engine can do with what we've already built is kind of the next phase for that.
Sure. Yeah, I just know. I think what is the PGA Tour game that came out when EA wasn't making them. That was like the big thing, is people have all these crazy, wacky, almost mini golf course style things. But I mean, that's still kind of fun too to see what these people are working on. So I was watching one of your streams and I saw you kind of looking at the water and saying, well, the water effect here needs to be fixed. Like, man, wouldn't it be fun to be able to just put your own water? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. I think it would be huge for the replay value of the game. And definitely up the ante there. So
that kind of leads us into our next question. If you had like $500,000 to invest in this game, where would it go? Like,
sure. Well, I don't know that we would necessarily need the $500,000, but I think as we get further along, I'd like to see us kind of build more relationships with disc golf related companies and brands, and kind of bring them into the game. We have some really cool stuff going on right now, but kind of not at that really big level yet. And the game was early. We did actually talk to some different companies, just conversations, and when we were really early, so it's kind of like, let's just keep working on the game, keep plugging away, and hopefully all that will kind of happen in time. As far as what we could spend a bunch of money on, high-end motion capture is my answer for you there. So we're like the high end suits, get some actors, and really go all out on every type of little angle and have it all motion captured, and then blend it together in the game.
That's the big one.
Yeah,
It's
pretty expensive to do all that still. Yeah,
I can imagine, because you're hiring these body actors, you're buying the suits, you're buying the cameras, all that stuff.
Mhm.
You kind of read my mind, because I was literally going to ask, like, when this whole thing started going, this is a very ambitious project, and I'm sure it's got a little gravity from the industry. Like, have you had conversations with maybe the Innovas of the world or the PDGAs or anything? Like, has anyone approached you? Have you approached anybody? Has there been any like sport world interconnectivity or whatever?
Yeah. So I'll kind of go with a couple that we have furthest along right now. I can speak about in a little more detail. So the great people over at DGA, we've had some great conversations with them. I get to talk to Tyler Brickley directly, kind of back and forth, Disc Golf Comedy Channel and all that. He's done some streams of the game, and he's been awesome, kind of helping us out there. And that kind of morphed into getting kind of an agreement set up to have DJ baskets in the game. So we've got some Mach 7s that are going to be going on, course. And then we also have another one, MVP. So we're going to have some MVP baskets going in the game. So those are both being worked on. The kind of like the modeling and the chain physics being added to their models they provided is kind of where that's at right now. And as soon as that's ready, they're going to get kind of loaded into some of the existing courses.
Will the chain physics differ depending on the brand and the basket and the layout of the chains? That's the plan.
I can't say that we'll be improving the current chain physics when we have some of the new baskets. We took a little time just to tweak that a little bit further. Mm-hmm. I don't know that there would be a real big difference between the basket brands at this point. I think we're going to kind of keep everything pretty even throughout the game. I can't say what that changed, but I think that's the plan right now.
Yeah, because like for us, Prodigy baskets would be like the hardest one. Like they'd be impossible to putt on. Like they'd be really, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like for us, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of funny. And also like, so I remember one of the streams you were talking about maybe doing DLCs with like some courses in a DLC, maybe merchandise packs. Are you the guy to talk to get like Frolfcenter magazine merchandise and a players pack on this thing, on a DLC pack?
Oh yeah, definitely. We can definitely have that conversation a little bit down the road here after the stream sometime. But we did a very, very advanced customer creation system where we can add outfits, and that was definitely one of the plans all along. Is if we can, have people from the industry that want to get involved in something cool like this game, be able to put some of their logos on some shirts and hats in the game. And if not, we would still have our own. We would just make our own outfits and have a big selection for our players to kind of do all kinds of crazy stuff with.
Hell yeah. It's that Tony Hawk's EA Skate vibe still. I love it. I absolutely love it. So
perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. What's the most tedious part about developing this game?
Bug testing can definitely be a pain. I think just trying to stay consistent and not burn out. Burnout in any type of programming job is definitely a reality. So, in addition to the game, I have lots of other coding projects here at Tree. So it's a balance. Luckily, I have definitely a passion for the sport. So that helps keep me motivated on this one. And when I'm kind of neck deep in a bug that just doesn't want to kind of give up where it's at, so to speak. And we've been doing this game for a little over 2 years now. Haven't burnt out yet, so just keep at it.
Oh yeah. And what's the most rewarding part about it though?
The players' reactions, definitely. Yeah. Getting to interact with the community. We have a really great Discord community that's just keeps growing, kind of consistently and steadily, but they've been great. They're giving us all kinds of great feedback, and they'll drop, if there's a new video, some ace somewhere, it's not just about the game. It's like a cool little community around the game kind of building up. And so, yeah, those fans and those players, that's been the most rewarding part. Just thinking back, seeing a couple of the streams from some of the kind of the early testers, and, they throw that, and just kind of like in real life when they're like so close to that ace run, and it just kind of scoots by the basket, and they're on their camera just rearing back like, just like they're out on the course. That's pretty priceless to me. So it makes it all worth it.
Oh yeah, dude, I agree with that.
Are you seeing a lot of aces in the game yet? Or are we seeing a bunch?
Yeah, and we have players that kind of share the screenshots on Steam, so kind of the whole community can see those.
That's awesome. And I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but I'm curious, like with the artificial intelligence development you guys are working on, this is a little off the game topic right
Sure.
now, but
I'm happy to
how
chat about
long-
whatever, man. So,
yeah, man. How long until Skynet takes over?
well,
Like how screwed are we?
I think it'll be a few years before anything like that, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
When you really
What do you
kind of
worry
peel
about?
the
What
lid
do you
back
think is,
on
like,
what
the
this stuff
tipping
can do,
Yeah, like
it's
what's
more
the
like a
scariest
toddler. Yeah.
Mhm. But what's the scariest thing you think of this whole like? What's the tipping point? When are you gonna get freaked out? When do I need to start freaking out?
Well, I think one of the reasons that my partner and I, also my wife Jill, were co-founders of Tree, started this business is because we were kind of worried about the same thing. People were going to be building technology either way, and so our thought was how to do that ethically, responsibly, kind of with a focus on open source. So we're involved in a lot of open source projects that can kind of benefit everybody and are fully transparent. So when something's open source, anybody can vet that code, and that's I think where you run into trouble when you have black box AI, things like that. Yeah. And we can't do it all, but we're doing what we can here. So yeah,
that's awesome. Is there like a thing we have to look out for? Is there like a scenario in your head? You're like, oh god, this is when I need to start stockpiling food. Like, what is there a doomsday scenario out there?
In regards to AI, I can't. I don't think I can make a prediction on that. I would say always be ready. Yeah.
Sure.
The technology is moving very fast and very, very hard to keep up with, even for those that work on this stuff all the time. So that's what I'll say about that.
Yeah. Is there something on the positive side that you're really excited about with AI?
Yeah. I think creating equity in technology, and what I mean by that is making the world more accessible to people with disabilities, whether they're mental or physical. One of the projects that we're working on right now is in regards to sign language recognition, and
that's cool.
trying to help people that can't speak communicate with the world around them a little more efficiently. So that's just kind of one thing, but we're working on some other projects that are like that. So I see that as being a really, really good thing that's coming out of the current AI technologies.
All right, so we're gonna do some fun questions now. Thanks.
All right.
So, if you could play one round with any celebrity or disc golf round, who would it be?
Bruce Lee.
Not a disc golfer.
Do they have to be alive?
No.
Okay.
No, alive or dead. They don't play disc golf though. No.
I would be Bruce Lee, so he could tell me to be like water the whole round, so maybe I can miss a few more trees. Yeah. He's a big inspiration for me personally.
Hell yeah. He would have either like the snap would just
yeah, for sure.
Oh man, he'd be turning over stilettos like brand new stilettos. Oof.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah.
That'd be insane. We're Atlanta based. I think you're Missouri based. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
You have Waffle House out there?
We do. Yes.
Okay, so we ask this of all of our guests, and it doesn't always work when we have California guests. But like, what's your Waffle House order, and is it the same when you're sober?
Okay. Mine's pretty straightforward. Waffles, scrambled eggs, bacon, as much as I can fit on the plate. And yes, it's the same either way. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sober, drunk, yeah.
Oh yeah. So, are you a fan of disc golf? Do you watch the pro disc golf videos? You know some disc golfers?
For a long time there, I would definitely have to admit that I did not keep up with, the coverage. A little bit before I started on the game, I was starting to check out some streams and some things online because I was becoming a little more available. And, since then, definitely checking it out more, kind of, keeping tabs on the bigger tournaments, definitely checking out if there's like a highlight, throw or ace or something. I'm usually checking it out on somebody's page. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, who are your top 3 disc golfers? You know some names?
I'm a big fan of Brathwaite. Just in talent and in terms of steward of the sport. I think he's a great representative of the sport, especially if you hear him speak off the course and things like that.
Yeah, his commentary is dope. Yeah,
definitely. Conrad, I'd say I'm a fan of Conrad. I know we had a question on one of our streams, somebody asked if you could get one person for the cover of the game right now, who would that be? And I said Conrad at the time, because like we'd have to get him like full on fan, you know, and just get like the full thing blowing back for the cover. I thought that would be pretty epic.
Yeah, I
think
like
of
that.
one more here.
You don't want the cover curse though.
Yeah, what about
That's
the Madden
true.
curse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse.
I wouldn't be upset if you turned us down for sure. I could understand that.
You can put Brody Smith on the cover and curse him, and that'd be fine. I think most fans would be okay with that.
Yeah, you know, I was almost just because of the controversy, almost going to have to go with Brody Smith, just because I kind of want to see Disc Golf Bro personally, and for better or worse, I think you're going to, you know, you're seeing some of the numbers there. I think everybody kind of knows that, you know, a big personality, especially in the age of the streaming and social media, you know, brands and personalities that, you know, he's going to help grow the sport a bit there.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
kind
man,
of that kind of brings me
absolutely.
back. That brings me back to the skateboarding parallel too, because it's. I feel like Brody's jump into the sport is basically what's going to push us over that edge. For better or
You
worse.
know, I think that it was going that direction already, and from the efforts of a lot of grassroots, you know, clubs and organizations, that they got it to that point though, right? But I think sometimes you need that kind of catalyst to like you were talking about, get over that tipping point. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you cool with taking some viewer questions? Is that good with you?
yeah, sure. If we get a sec, I also got my bag here. If you guys want to pick what I throw, so I got the.
Oh yeah,
bag
dude,
if
we
you
can
want.
do that for sure. Let me let's do that first if you want to do it in the bag. That's perfect. I love it.
Okay, yeah. If you want to kind of look at some questions there, I'll get a couple out.
This is super. Yeah, this is super rad. I didn't know you were prepared to do it in the bag, but I think this is awesome. This is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. All right, I think we'll start with a couple of my newest ones first, and then go with a couple of the classic ones. Okay, so I actually got these for Father's Day for my wife, and hadn't thrown them before, but I got a couple of AGL discs here. So Sycamore and let's see, it's gonna be hard to see. It's kind of I got the green screen, guys. So it's kind of a yellow screen, but I'll let you know it's a cedar AGL. Yeah, actually looks a little cool. There you go.
That's really
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a clear frisbee. That's dope.
It's Predator. It's the Predator.
Yeah, and you know, shout out to AGL. You know, I got the little seeds with the discs, and you know, here at Tree, we're definitely all about sustainability, all the, you know, green energy stuff. We're into a lot of those types of projects. So shout out to them for that.
Those guys are
All
cool.
right.
We had Pat on from those guys a couple
was
weeks
that
ago. We had
this
a good
green
show.
or was it clear?
It's
What's that?
green, Cody.
It was green, dude.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like a yellowish green, but green screen caught it. So I've been actually throwing this one a lot more recently. It's an Innova Panther.
Oh yeah.
So I had this sitting in my bag for a couple years, and I actually got this one as a gift as well for Christmas for my dad, who, you know, when he finally figured out, like, oh, he's still playing that disc golf thing after 15 years, he decided to finally give me some. So I hadn't thrown it, but about 300 feet, I can, you know, this mid-range little hyzer flip, it's straight as an arrow for me now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
liking that one. Throwing it a lot more, and this is probably one of my oldest, and it's a classic, the ABR putter.
Oh yeah.
So been throwing this one for probably 12 years, something like that. So yeah, that's all the main ones I'm throwing right now.
An
Hell
Easter
yeah.
egg.
I don't have a huge bag. I try to, you know, keep it minimal and learn the disc well.
Keep it
Yeah,
simple.
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we have one guy. Paul Bell wants to know: do you Bitcoin?
Good question. We, as a company, are involved in some blockchain, and personally, I dabble. Yeah. So, being the tech guy, kind of in my circle of friends and family, I get a lot of extra computer equipment, and I've accumulated that over the years, and have, you know, kind of in the last few years set that to mining. Basically, repaired it. You know, got some little machines sitting in my basement. That nothing major, but I'll tell you this. You know, everybody kind of knows with the pandemic, and I hope you guys have been staying safe with everything going on.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, just to give a little insight there. it has not been easy for us. It hasn't been easy for anybody. Luckily, we do a lot of work remotely. When we set up Tree, we were kind of like, we were doing that from the start. So I'm in my home office right now. It's where I mainly work. But, it's the economic hit everybody. So without getting into cryptocurrency, long story short, it would have been twice as hard for my family personally to make it through to the other side where we're at right now. That's all I can really say about that.
Yeah, crypto saves, man, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be diligent, do your research just like anything else. I'm definitely not going to give any investing advice.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, we're not trying to go there. I think Paul Bell's got enough. He was just kind of curious. He did also say the avatar in the back there is wearing shades, so you're not going to go on the wall of shame. Like, you're good.
Oh,
There's
nice.
some pictures.
I get credit for that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you get credit for that for sure. This show actually was born out of the pandemic as well because we couldn't get together and do anything. So this was a pandemic-born thing as well. So that's kind of fun. Chris Saxon wants to know. I know that one of the courses in the game was modeled after a course there in Missouri, your home course. Will there be some actual courses? Is that a DLC thing you're thinking about?
Yeah, that's the plan. We have a couple conversations going. One that is pretty much official at this point. The first one we're going to be working on is the Samui Swine Classic course out in Thailand. Nigel Mills is a great guy. He's been really awesome to us. He actually reached out to us when the game was very early in alpha. And, for anybody that doesn't know, if you know the course but don't know Nigel Mills' background, he actually used to be a video game producer on Spider-Man, the video game, one of the original ones for PlayStation. So, he's been giving us a little bit of mentoring here and there, some advice. And then, he was really interested in having us put his course out there in the game. So we've got all the assets together at this point. So it shouldn't be too much longer. That one will be included in UDG. So
if you go out there, you can just write that off on an expense report, right?
Hopefully. That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Chris Jackson also want to know, what about a story mode? Have you guys given any thought to a story mode?
Yeah, I've given that a lot of thought, and we wanted to do it right. And I was concerned most about the physics, the flight physics for the game. And it's taken a little while, but we wanted to make sure all that was pretty set before we kind of got into the story mode. So being an indie dev, pretty small team, as in 99% of the game was built by me. So we've had a couple little bits and pieces of help, but essentially it's been a solo dev project. Unreal Engine helps a lot. We can get a lot of assets that help us, not reinvent the wheel. Yeah.
That's awesome though. It's got to feel good. It's like you're giving birth to something, right?
A little bit. I'll give my wife credit for giving birth on anything, but and she's been my partner, Jill. She's been great throughout. So she actually gave the green light. I was kind of doing this game as a side project, just to kind of learn game development. I love disc golf, so I thought, why not? And it was one of those things. Kind of getting a little gruff once in a while. Hey, you still working on that video game thing? We got this, other paying project we need to be working on. I was like, yeah, okay. I know. I'm just side time, And eventually she walked in one day. She's like, is this the game you've been working on? And she's like, we need to put that under Tree and do something with this. Yeah. So, without her, this would still be just kind of a side hobby.
So how long from like the very first inkling of like sitting down to keyboard and saying, I'm going to do it, to now? How far has it been?
We're looking at about 2.5 years right now.
Okay. That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's really cool. Paul Bell also wanted to make sure that before you leave, if you can drop the Discord link for everybody, or you can send it to us, we'll put it out one way or another. He wants to get on there. He loves Discord. He likes to go on there and start
Appreciate
fires.
That.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Greg Stone, this is a good opportunity. He missed the beginning of the stream, wants to know what platforms are available on and when can we find it on other platforms.
Okay. So the game's currently available for PC through Steam Early Access. And what that basically means is during alpha, you can purchase the full version of the game for $10. And basically you get the full game forever. Now you only get to play what we have done. But as we release each, new update, it gets kind of pulled into Steam, and then you get that kind of streaming automatic, kind of download update for the game forever for that price. So getting it during early access is a great way to kind of get a little discount on it, get some input into the game. If you get in early, we're really active on Discord, listen to the community, trying to can't make everybody happy, but if there's a consensus, we definitely try to make sure something gets implemented into the game. We're definitely actively listening.
Hell yeah. Here we got here.
As far as,
Bocephus Wax Chain.
What?
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Bocephus Wax Chain wants to say, tell her thank you for making you make the game. So,
will do. Yeah, definitely. I think the last question was just asking about the other platforms, so I just want to make sure I comment on that real quick.
Make sure you hit that.
So, consoles will be early next year for anybody who's interested. You can definitely check out our social media, give us a little follow there if you're interested in updates. We're going to make sure to post kind of exact dates as we get closer.
I have one question of my own that just kind of came up in the game, and I've not played it because I'm waiting for the console because I'm a console guy. I've got an old iMac, and it's not going to do anything for me. But did you give any thought to flick controls at all on a flick control as opposed to a power aim control?
Yeah, getting the right mechanics is something that I think is still a moving target. To be honest,
sure.
We've tinkered around with a few different kind of mechanic styles for aiming and throwing and sending the power. We got some ideas to maybe even implement like a remote, like mobile app type control where you can kind of like sync. It's kind of like a little companion thing, and you can use flick controls but still play it on the screen on the PC because they have some things like that now. So that way, maybe you can use the traditional ones that we have on the keyboard and mouse and the gamepad, but then also have kind of like flick controls if you have like a phone or something.
Yeah, we've been talking about Tony Hawk, and I think to myself, like, I can't go back and play the Tony Hawk games because I've played Skate, and it's like going back to the A for Ollie is so different. But I guess the golf games are usually the power games, and it's power back, power up is all it really is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's just an interesting thought I had because I can't imagine like going through the physics like. Your chart of how I'm going to do the physics for the flight of a disc has to be novels long, like the options for spin and angle and all that stuff. Yeah.
The great thing about the way we've done it is we're using a lot of the built-in physics for Unreal Engine. So I did not have to do a lot of like calculations by hand and map that into the engine code. So that's kind of been a godsend, but there's still a lot of testing. It's make a tweak, test, repeat, rinse, repeat, just over and over again, just trying different angles with the built-in physics to kind of make sure we get these kind of parameters set. And that's kind of how it's all controlled right now, actually, which makes it great for, I think, future-proofing. If our team grows or we change engine versions, a lot of these types of things, it's not a lot of like custom work. We try to use what's built into the platform that we're using as much as possible.
That's awesome. That makes it good. I mean, with a game like this that seems like it's just going to keep growing bigger and bigger, that's got to be the right way to do it for
Hopefully.
sure.
Hopefully, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea, right?
Yep. With that being said, we're really happy with where we're at right now. It's been, slow and steady, and we're just continuing to make small incremental improvements, do what we can when we can, and not try to shoot too big, too fast. We know where we want to get, so we're just having a lot of fun with it right now. Doing stuff like this. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
John Melagugera says, any beta available? I think you answered this before. It's an alpha still, is that right?
Yeah. It's basically open alpha. I should mention that, in addition to Steam Early Access, we also have the game on itch.io, which is kind of another indie game website. And so during alpha, excuse me, you can actually get the game for free through itch.io. Now, the only thing is it's not going to have the Steam features like leaderboards, stats, the streaming updates for installing. It's kind of you have to download the whole thing with each version, but it is free to try out on alpha.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
So, one of the last questions we ask everybody that comes on, do you have any questions for us? Any advice? We've only been doing this for 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, we're in episode 19. Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, almost 20 there. That's awesome. Well, I just want to say, I mean, pretty awesome concept. You guys definitely seem to have fun with what you're doing, so I appreciate you having me. So as far as any advice, stay consistent. If if this is what you guys like to do, make sure not to burn out. Do it for the right reasons, and you'll keep having fun with it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say the StreamYard that you got going on here. I'm usually pretty up to date on a lot of the cool tech for streaming and stuff like that, and I actually hadn't heard of this one, so you already got me on that one.
Dude, it's funny. The dude from Gomez Pro came on, and he's like, "This is easier than what I use for our show. I'm switching." I was like, "Okay."
Shout out to Jomez. We've had a couple conversations with them over there. Great crew. We've still been trying to figure out how it's going to be kind of a fit between what they're doing and what we're doing, but we have conversations going back a few months, and definitely shout out to them. They're awesome.
You get them to rent the motion capture cameras, and then you put their logo on the front of the game. There you go.
Yeah. I know we had talked about some things like slow mess, as far as like replay, but again, nothing official there. Sure. Now, so
the community's so tight that it's like, we have you on the show, we've had John Gomez on the show. It's like there's like 55 people running disc golf right now. You know what I mean? And you're working your way in from this angle. So thank you again for coming on, Josh. I'm going to give you the floor to tell people anything they need to know about the game, where to find you guys, anything about Tree Industries, the links, the thanks, the sponsor, whatever you got to say. We're going to give it to you right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks for following the game to all of our current followers. If you're a fan of the sport and you're a fan of gaming, hopefully we're going to have something that you can enjoy and has a lot of replay value. We have a lot of very, very cool stuff planned. We are early. There's still bugs we're working on, some things like that, but we're having fun and we're closing those up, and we're closing on the consoles. So hope you can join us for the ride. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Keep us updated. If you ever want to come on the show and announce something, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Sounds awesome. You guys have a good evening. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, buddy. See ya. Well, that was super fun.
Dude, that was
we
awesome.
had never done
play that game.
Yeah, I know. I tried to. I was gonna download it before you play, but I ended up watching like 2 hours of Josh streaming it and playing it at the same time, like talking about the development, which was kind of awesome. So
yeah, that's really
good viewer questions too, guys. I think those were pretty good. Bring Austin back now. He had to take a little break. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun. Thanks, Josh, for coming on. I'm sorry I had to step away.
No, you got to step away. It's all good. Hey, so we got a little bit of local news for you guys. Oh, first of all, we got this A4 that we're going to give away.
A4 or A3?
A3. It's a board flat A3 in the 400 plastic. It's very flat.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you something out of my stash, and that one will come to me.
You want this one? I mean, it's a 173. Can you throw that?
And it's green, too. No, we'll give it away. Okay.
We'll give it away. But anyway, so this is how we're going to give it away. The first person to put the Konami code in the comments is going to get this. So
the Konami code.
The Konami code. Old school video game stuff.
What is that?
The Konami. See, you don't even know. Paul Bell's going to Google it.
Can I type this? Okay, here we go.
The problem is, the thing with the Konami code, it's easier to do on a thing than it is to type it out, because you've got to like anyway. But anyway, you guys figure that out. You guys, we're gonna talk about the local news real quick. This past weekend was the Eastbound and Down Dodge 'em Duck 'em at Indian Creek, which I had never played, which was really a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
You played it, huh?
I did play it. I didn't do
Where's
great.
the course at?
Rutledge, so way out east on 20 past Parkers, almost near Monty and Porterdale. Jeez. So in that little thing, yeah, it was out there, but it was fun. Got through, and that's the series. So it was really actually it was a super fun course, but it's one of those places where you go if you want to throw a ton of mid ranges really straight, and then you got to throw uphill. But it was super fun. It's a fun course, not crazy, but fun. Oh, yeah, here. And this is funny. I was going to bring this up. Ted Chansey got it. That's a lot to blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Travis Hurd is trying to figure out where to hold the final Eastbound and Down series because Redan's not going to let him do it. And he on there has it's Lula and the tracks were kind of like knotted up on the leaderboard. Lula is neither east nor down. So if you're a fan of Frolfcenter magazine, you're voting tracks. Is that right, boys?
Oh yeah.
You're voting tracks, boys? I mean, Lula's a great course, don't get me wrong. But 2 days at Lula means you got to stay up there in some. You got to stay in some haunted forest.
I live a lot closer to Lula than I do tracks, so I'm a bit biased.
But you're not playing the Eastbound series.
Tracks is a good course. Yeah, I'm not.
But anyway, go to the Eastbound and Down page and vote on that if you have to vote on that. Etowah Masters happened this weekend. That was pretty awesome. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, we're trying to burn through some of this. The big stuff. Cinco Lagos is going permanent. Yeah. This is huge. Austin, you played it. It's amazing, right?
Yeah, and I talked to Kevin last night. We were trying to do the commentary for the Southern Nationals video coming from Ace Run.
Yep.
And he was telling me like all the plans that he plans on doing with the new, if it's going to be for sure permanent. And Spalding County is like full on board, and they're willing to like. He said the maintenance guys out there are now like active disc golfers in Spalding County because they've installed so many courses now.
Yeah.
So it just makes it even better. They're more inclined to go do work.
My understanding is that Spalding County is putting up 2/3 of the money for the baskets or something. All we have to pay for is the baskets. So Kevin needs to raise $6,000. He's got a fundraiser up. He's got it on the Southern Nationals Facebook page. He's got it on the Atlanta Disc Golf Facebook page. Go find that and donate if you can, because that course is going to bring a lot of big tournaments here. It's going to be a lot of fun to play. K-Max, our homeboy, like you should probably do. So
I'm trying to start rumors too. There was talks of USDGC coming.
Ooh,
bro, for real?
I mean, yeah, and absolutely, Cinco Largos has the possibility for it.
And Worlds could be really.
And Worlds could be there too.
And Worlds could be across the street at Green Valley.
Dude, you do that every time with Grass Valley.
I did it to Kevin last night too. And while we were on commentary, I was like, yeah, Grass Valley.
Grass Valley.
Because it's got so much freaking grass out there, dude. It's like it's
a fun. I like them both. All right, so the other big one, the Color of Disc Golf tournament is set for October 10th at Boundary Waters. This is a pro diversity tournament. You can check it out online. There was some controversy about it in Atlanta Disc Golf, and all I want to say is if you have a problem with the tournament, then I would kindly suggest you shut up. That's all I got to say about that. Eagle Eye opens this weekend. You're going, right, Austin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You gonna win that thing?
Dude, I'm looking at 2018 and 2019 trophy in my house right now, and it'd really be cool to have a 2020 with on my side. No, on my side.
Oh yeah. There you go. You're
Matt's got 2018. Yeah, Matt's got 2018, 2019 just lurking right there over my shoulder, and
he's gonna be up there.
Oh, of course he is. His first tournament of the year.
Alan Sandage, by the way, got the Konami code. Up, down, left, right, BA start. So, Alan Sandage, we owe you this disc. We'll find a way to get it to you. I see you at a bunch of stuff. We'll make sure you get it. If you need it right now, I'll mail it to you. Shoot me a message. National news. The biggest thing I wanted to mention was, first of all, Nate Queen came on the show last week. Nathan Queen came on the show last week. And got second place behind Ricky Wasaki at Basket Basher. So the Frolfcenter bump is super real right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Katrina had a hot run. Hokum's had a hot run. Queen got second behind Ricky. Like, I feel like
we might be catching our boy just in a perfect timing right now.
We're just everybody.
What I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say no names yet, but we might be swimming our way up there.
Swimming our way upstream. Yeah, that is true.
Way up there. I like that.
Swimming our way up there. So figure that out if you want to. Music City opens this weekend. I know our homegirl Jessica Metz is up there. I think a bunch of folks are up there, but let me see if I can pull that link up real quick.
Keith Bomblin. Chris Sinador. The Ace Run Pro will be filming everything.
That's right. That was the big one we had to mention.
Kevin McCoy was very excited to be playing in the Masters division out there.
And you got some big names up there. You got Dickerson, Girthy, LeCastro, Cole Glazier, Emerson Keith, Matt Oram, Hannum, Clemens, McCrae, Oakley.
I think the Robinsons, Alden Harris is going to be up there.
Ezra's up. Both Ezra's, Adderhold and Robinson are up there.
Alden Harris will be there.
Yeah, Alden Harris will be there. Open women. Who we got in the women here real quick? We got Lindsay Fish. Kat's going to be up there. Jessica Weiss, Lisa Fakis, Ellen Woodboob, Holly Finley, Kelly McMoran. Yeah, Deanne Carey. It's going to be good. That's going to be a fun.
Nice, dude. Those are solid fields.
The Frolfcenter bump. It's absolutely a thing now.
Yeah,
and then Cody, we had a lot of speculation about maybe Amir Garrett going to Team Discraft last week. It turns out it was Baby Yoda.
Yeah, apparently it's just a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
Really
Discraft put out a thing like
stuff. Dude. It's cool. Whatever.
You say Star Trek? That's about as much as I care about it too.
The national news. Speaking of Alden Harris, he did pretty well at Ron Russell Roofing Invitational Jacksonville Open. He had a nice third place. John E won his first tournament of the year. It looked like he won.
Dude, I like that. Jamie Keep, local Atlanta boy in 5th.
Yeah, look at Jamie. He's still playing good, and I hope he plays well at UFCGC.
Yep. Widboom took it down for the ladies, which was awesome. By like
that's back in her home turf though. There.
That makes sense. Well, that also explains why she carries a gallon of water because she's from Florida.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. God.
Stafford Open. I saw Missy Gannon won the ladies. I don't know who won the men's.
On Stafford, I can go look. That was where I've got all these links set up in the drive to open them and look at them. But then we were kind of like, do we have to do it? Johansson, and then Mr. Is it Andrew? How do you say that? Fish. Andrew Fish got second place.
Nice.
Yeah,
imagine that.
Yeah, 32 down.
Yeah, those guys are good.
With a hot 50, I think that was the hottest. The hottest round of the whole tournament was his 50 in the first round.
Yeah, dude. Andrew's known to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Like stupid good woods, stupid good straight thrower.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So if you're watching, buddy, if you need that Frolfcenter bump, we got you, bro.
Yeah.
We got you.
You know what's really weird is I do not see the open ladies. This is at the Kentucky. There was no women's in the ladies in the Kentucky.
I'm looking. Stafford Open had open women. Missy Gannon won, Lisa Fakis, Holly Finley. Which one were you talking about? Which one?
Kentucky.
Which one was Kentucky? Give me that again.
Madisonville Open.
Oh, the Madisonville Open? Maybe that'd be weird if it didn't. I'll look with you.
We do before the show every time.
Yeah, this was a fun one. There is no open women at all. There's recreational women where Maria Martinez won by herself though. There's an advanced women, but there's no open women. That is kind of unique.
Oh,
Haley Day, Vicky Capri, and Shantae Cox, but yeah, very strange that there was maybe just no one signed up. Maybe that's kind of a weird. That doesn't seem right, does it? That's weird. I don't know. Anywho. What else we got, boys? Fun facts, Cody. I wrote one out for you.
Fun fact. Video game episode. First Atari game was in 1975. That's 50.
Yeah. And that might have been like one of the first years they had a Disc Golf World Championship. And Tom Kennedy, from California.
It was, and somebody won it.
Tom Kennedy.
I don't think it was Tom. I don't think it was Kennedy.
I literally looked it up. It was Tom Kennedy. Okay.
Tom Kennedy won it.
That's what it said. I don't know.
Fun fact.
That's a very fun fact. My 2-minute warning is on people who are intolerant of other people's beliefs and bring it into disc golf. Like if you have a personal belief, it's personal. Don't bring it on the disc golf course if you don't have to, unless you're trying to get internet points, in which case you're kind of a scumbag anyway. That's all I got. Austin, didn't somebody give you a dude,
I just gotta say fuck you to those guys that are being assholes on the internet. But
I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but I was gonna tell all of those guys on that thread to go fuck themselves, but I didn't want to be too forward.
I mean, this is our show. We can do that. So
I think I missed something. Did I miss something?
You obviously haven't been following Atlanta disc golf, and that's all I'll say.
And that's maybe don't follow it anymore. It's getting a little weird in there.
Dicey. So we had a close friend of ours send me a message. He's going into kind of a big tournament this weekend, and he was looking for a pro tip. He said, "How can I practice for the time in between shots in tournament play? During casual play, I play better because I'm just rolling through my shots, and in tournaments, it's between 2 to 5 minutes between shots, and I overthink my shot and screw it up. Can you help me out?" And obviously, you can always drink some beer, or do something in between rounds to maybe take your minds off stuff. But and then I said, "No, I'm kidding. The mental aspect is like probably the hardest part of the disc golf game. They always say it's like 90-10, 90 mental, 10% physical." And I just told him what I do personally, and what I do personally is just try to think absolutely about everything other than disc golf until you get behind your lie. Nothing matters about the disc golf game until you stand behind your shot and you have a minute to throw your shot. There's no need to be worried about, you might be behind this tree, you might be behind that bush. Like 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to step up and find a line pretty quick. And if you had overthought that leading up to it, you might end up messing it up. So, my tip is just to, don't think about it until you're over the top of it. As far as like keeping that out of your head for the 2 to 5 minutes you're waiting to watch other people throw, I stare at butterflies, grass blades, look for 4-leaf clovers, look for arrowheads, listen for birds. I do everything but think about disc golf until I get over my drive.
Yeah, I think somebody said that's Kenny Climo's thing too, is he doesn't think about disc golf till he's throwing.
Yeah, I mean it's so hard to teach, and it's easier said than done, obviously. But all I can say is just go find a cool mushroom against a tree and don't think about anything else until it's your turn to throw.
Maybe get super super good at Instagram, like just a lot of Instagram.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Jason Light says, read a book.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't say it so passive aggressively. Imran Khan says, good tip. Thanks, Imran.
Yeah. I can only give the knowledge that I have. I tell everybody every time, they're like, how do you throw that sidearm? And I'm like, dude, I can't even tell you. It's just something I do. I can try to teach you all I want, but you have to go out there and actually implement it into what you're doing.
Like, I'm born with it, man. I'm born with it. It's fine. Yeah.
It's natural ability.
Most of the time when I'm waiting, I try to look up how to play disc golf.
You're watching like Danny Lindahl form videos in between throws.
Just pulling up the Stokely videos. Yeah.
Stokely started a podcast. That's cool.
Yeah, dude. It's cool.
Hope he doesn't release it on Thursday nights, because I'd be like, man.
Maybe he'll ask us to come on his.
Yeah, dude, that would. What a mess that would be. Yeah, I think we're about there. Austin, you want to tell the people how to follow you?
Yeah, dude. I'm on all the handles. Lytle56469. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, sorry. I soloed you on accident. Sorry, my bad. I'm Adam. Have a good time. See you guys soon. Keep an eye out for a guest announcement this week. Alan Sandage. If you need that disc anytime soon, I'll mail it to you. Otherwise, we'll figure out when I'll see you. Adios, muchacho.
Thanks for watching The Family Matters.